name is Mark Jordan, and I served in the United States Navy 1974 to 1979.
And what led you to joining the military?
Well, at that time, it was a popular option amongst a lot of guys who were coming out of high school. The Vietnam War had actually ended, and they were coming home. So there wasn't really a threat of war. There was a big threat of peacetime, and it was good timing that my time in high school, when I graduated, the war was over, and it was good timing, I guess.
And what were some of the things you did during your service?
Well, I was a structural mechanic in a squadron VS-32. I was a plane captain for a brief time, and I worked in a corrosion control locker on an aircraft carrier, and I also worked at AIMD, which is Aviation Intermediate Maintenance Department for airframes. So a little bit of everything there, but that's a good start.
And then after your time in service, what were the things that you were running into, the problems that you started noticing?
Well, it'll be several years later that some of these problems came about. I got multiple myeloma, and I was officially diagnosed with that in March of 2021, and also have prostate cancer, which was diagnosed roughly about the same time. So again, these things crept onto me a little bit later in life, and those are two big hurdles that I have in my life right now.
And so while dealing with this, you also are trying to get this service connected with the VA, correct?
Correct.
And what were the difficulties that you were running into getting all this done?
Well, where do you want to start? Let me just say that it's a very daunting challenge to take this on by yourself. There are a lot of loopholes, timelines, trying to get the accumulation of evidence, presentation of evidence, potential need for a nexus letter. There are a lot of loopholes, buddy, and a daunting challenge. And if you try it yourself, you better have your ducks in a row, because it is nerve-wracking, time-consuming, and a big challenge to anyone who wants to do that.
And so how long did it take you to start reaching out for help?
Not long. I filed a claim on my behalf and didn't go very far. And after talking to a lot of people about it, it was in my best interest to consult a lawyer for this challenge.
And so when Hill Ponton stepped in, what ways were we able to help with you?
A lot of ways. They took control of it right away. They accepted my case. They lived up to every word that they gave me. They returned calls. They're great at that. You become a friend. You don't become just a client. And they took my case and said, listen, we're going to get through this. And with a 95, 96% batting average, that's pretty good. They gave me a good attorney in Ursula McCabe and a great team to huddle around. And it was just a win-win for them and for me. So I'm winning.
I love that. Now, you used a baseball term. Does that mean that you have a favorite baseball team?
Well, I've been a Chicago Cub fan all my life. We finally won the World Series by 7-8 years ago after a 108-year drought.
2016. I was actually living in Chicago at the time. I remember when they won. That was a crazy time.
Well, I go back to Ernie Banks, Ron Santo, great players, great team, and great experience.
Now, if there are any veterans out there who are struggling to figure out what to do next, what's some advice that you would give them from your position?
You know, you can survey the field, those attorneys out there, but I went with Hill Ponton. Again, it was their percentage rate of victories that lured me in. You can't lose. I mean, you get a good attorney, you get your calls returned, you get a friend. That's really what appealed to me so much, is that they don't talk to you like you're far away and you're taking up their time and you're a nuisance to them. They make a friend of you. If you want an attorney and a friend that'll talk to you and level with you and be your friend, this is a great option to go, Hill Ponton.
Awesome. Well, those are all the questions that I prepared. Like I said, nice and quick and easy. Is there anything else that you feel you would like to talk about? Because I'm game for it.
Well, the only thing that I would like to say is Hill Ponton, all they do is take on cases and help veterans to get their claims figured out and to win. This is, again, I just want to make the point that this is all they do, and they do it very well.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Jordan, for sharing your time with me, and thank you for your service.
Well, thank you for answering, being my friend. Go Cubs.
Go Cubs, go. You have a good one.
All right. Thank you, sir.